Welcome, we are at Warner Brothers Interactive and we're here to talk about maybe if you were watching in Day Zero, there was a big surprise and it was Mad Max, the game. I think some people may have a little confusion. It's not in any way based on the movies, is it? It's its own separate entity.
Yeah, it is. It's a completely original take based on the Mad Max universe.
By the way, this is Peter, and he knows all about the game.
Peter Johansson, Senior Game Designer at Avalanche Studios.
Very good to meet you. So what went into making Mad Max a separate entity and a video game?
I mean, we are so excited working on this game because it's like a match made in heaven. Because we get to do what we love the most, crafting these huge worlds, packing it full of content, giving the player a lot of freedom to explore that content, and making sure that all that content is action-packed. That's basically what we do.
I heard it was really brutal. The kills.
I mean, Mad Max, it takes place in the Wasteland, which is a really harsh and brutal place, of course, which means you basically have to do a lot of things to survive in this world. And it's up to you as a player to explore this world and pretty much do whatever you feel is necessary to survive.
Can you walk me through a little bit the scenario that we're in as we start playing Mad Max?
Yeah. Quite early in the game, your iconic interceptor gets stolen, and in this world, vehicles are crucial for survival. So what you need to do is you team up with this sort of crazy mechanic that will help you build a new vehicle, which is called the Magnum Opus, and your goal is to create the ultimate war machine of the Wasteland. So that's what you do. You explore the Wasteland, gather the scrap and vehicle parts and other resources that you need to build this vehicle.
So is it safe to assume that things like gas and accessories for vehicles are a big part of this game, or something that's fought over?
Yeah, the thing is that in this world, of course, the value of this scrap is based on the usability of it, right? That's its function. So yeah, that's a really interesting thing, because when you get something, it has a certain, its properties basically is what determines its value. And you get to choose how you want to use those items and those resources, whether you want to sort of use it for building your vehicle or upgrade your equipment or your weapons.
Could making these different choices lead to very different outcomes in the game?
Yeah, definitely. The choices you make in this system really influences how the scenarios you encounter, how you can deal with this, and the opportunities to deal with those. So, for example, if you're going to raid a marauder camp, if you haven't upgraded your car to ram the front gate, there are other measures. Maybe you need to find an alternative entrance, or maybe you can use your harpoon to pull down that entrance.
So it's very improvisationary.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, that depends on what style of gamer you are.
So is this an open world game, and how open is it?
It is very open, very open. We have, it's a huge world. It's filled with different sort of activities, main missions, side missions, activities, smaller activities, and activities that actually pop up around your position that you can choose to engage with or ignore if you want to. We have several different areas. The one we showed in this presentation is called the Great White, which is a dried out seabed. But there are several other areas that are quite distinct from that will be unlocked gradually throughout the game.
We might recognize in the Australian outback?
The Wasteland is, of course, we're basing it all on that classic sort of Mad Max Wasteland, making sure it's really authentic to that world.
Very cool. So, what is one thing you would say that you're really excited about that is added in this game?
To me, what I'm personally most excited about, I think, is that mix of vehicle combat and on-ground combat as well, and how seamless the transitions between the two is. To me, that is very, very unique. For example, you engage other vehicles in car combat, and someone pulls you out, a boarder jumps on top of your vehicle and perhaps pulls you out, and that combat then continues seamlessly with on-ground combat, where you get to use your fists, melee weapons, the shotgun, your knife, and then perhaps at the same time, Chumbucket, your mechanic, fixes your car, and then you can get in again and continue that combat with car combat again.
That sounds really frantic. Is there any way your car could just be utterly destroyed?
No, that's why you have that mechanic. He's a genius, so he helps you out a lot. So he can in real time actually fix your vehicle. But that means you need to protect him and protect your vehicle while that happens.
Very cool. And so you would describe this as like an action adventure, vehicle, open world. What other adjectives can you give me?
Man, it's awesome.
Awesome, badass.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be great, and we are really looking forward to showing you more about the game in the future.
When can we look for it?
It will be released in 2014.
Sometime.
Yeah.
And will it be on the next gen?
Yeah, it will be for next-gen consoles and current-gen consoles as well as PC.
Very good. Well, look for that out not soon, but keep looking.